I see you shiver with And welcome to the swamp. The swamp is an acronym.
Stays for some whack-ass movie podcasting.
And you best be knowing I'll be leaving that hanging until the end. My name is Dara.
I'm Emily.
And we are your hosts. And this is the last installment of our ooky kooky spooky month. It's Halloween adjacent, but not Halloween centric. And we figured we would end it with this iconic film that is not a Halloween film, but is a Halloween film.
Yes.
You know? Like, it is in vibes and in practice, but not necessarily in exact content. And we just had a really great time doing a little bit of a live stream. So for the first time ever, on Instagram, we tried to on TikTok, but the technology failed us. But for Instagram, at least, we did a little live stream of ourselves in the movie. And some of you tuned in and asked us some really great questions. And we just want to say thanks. That was really great and cute. And we're going to try to do it at least, somewhat semi-regularly. The two of us aren't together super often. So
But we are tonight.
Yeah, we are tonight, which is wild. For the first time in a really long time, the two of us are in the same room. We watched the movie together. We're recording this podcast. And we decided to do the live stream. And anybody who showed up, we want a huge shout out. Especially Shyberry Shortcake.
Queen.
Basically the whole time, asked a ton of really great questions, comments, basically stayed through the whole movie. Yeah. We just wanted to give them, like, a super extra big shout out because literally for, 2 hours listened to us fucking bullshit about Rocky Horror. So just
thank you so much.
And also to anybody who just showed up, and a bunch of you,
popped in and out.
Yeah, popped in and out, had really good comments that I wrote down and will hopefully mention throughout the episode. But this was our first attempt at a live stream, and I would say it was semi-successful. Yeah. At least I enjoyed doing it, so hopefully...
my mom stayed on for the entire live stream, which I really love and appreciate, because I know she's not much of a podcast listener, and she had never seen Rocky Horror before, but she genuinely, texted me after, and she was like, I'm really sad that they killed Frankenfurter. So I know she sat there and watched the entire thing.
Via our live stream. Yeah. Which, honestly, I'm surprised Instagram didn't shut that shit down.
Well, they might have. They might have tried.
A couple times. Yeah, that's actually true. We did get shut down a few times. So maybe live streaming a whole-ass movie is maybe not the way. But
yeah, maybe we should make a burner account for in case we get...
I know, right? A shadow ban? Or, fully banned?
Yeah.
But anybody who showed up in any capacity...
Really appreciate it.
And in the future, if anyone would let us... it was pretty last minute, We just, at the last minute, we're like, hey, we're doing a live stream. Anyone who wants to show up. So, in the future, if anyone would be interested in that, let us know. We'll try to maybe make it more available. I know I, tried to make a Twitch, but, then I started smelling burning toast when I was trying to make the account, and I was like, this can't be me today.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, is that you showed up and you showed out for this live stream. Dara, in just...
Thank you.
Classic fashion, dressed as the one and the only... Jay Coolidge in
a League of Their Own. Oh my goodness! No, Legally Blonde. I asked
A League of Their Blonde.
A League of Their Blonde. Her name's Paulette from Legally Blonde. She's the nail technician, Jennifer Coolidge, with the UPS man. Me and Henry did a little couples moment. I'm sure it'll be up on my Twitter and my Instagram by now if you want to check it out. But I feel so bad because I was like, I'm gonna half-ass this costume. Don't even worry about it. And I was like, okay, I'll come as a crab. And it was still, honestly, it was so cute and it's still fit.
Thank you.
But I didn't think
it was very half-assed, and you said, I'm gonna half-ass this, and you came out stunting, looking pretty spot on as Jennifer Coolidge. Do you know how many people asked, are you wearing a wig? Everyone thought you were wearing a wig.
I think that was people trolling us on TikTok, but
maybe, probably,
because I wasn't blonde. But basically, I just went to the Goodwill and I found some shit that I was like, this is the vibe. And then I guess at the last minute, it just came together in a way that I wasn't expecting.
I get it.
But anyone who showed up, it was a lot of fun. I would love to do it again, especially for Halloween, getting to dress up. I always have a lot of fun with that. But more importantly, tonight we are talking about the Rocky Horror Picture Show the Halloween of all non-Halloween movies.
Yeah.
And the two of us have experienced together at least one point in our lives going to a showing.
Yes.
And that's the way to watch this movie, I think. Is you gotta go, like, watching it alone in your house is fun, but going out and doing the performative aspect is also really fun.
You gotta commit to the bit.
And especially, I've never been anywhere where they do, like, the live people who, like, lip sync and do the whole, like, shadow performance, but that just seems like the coolest shit ever to me, which I would love someday to attend one of those. But I know you and I did one of the ones in the movie theater where you, like, throw the rice and the bread and the water, and it's so interactive and fun. It's a very Halloween staple. So, and I know you had never really seen this movie, like, in whole.
Well, yes. I will admit I don't remember too much of the time that we did see it together. So it felt brand new, very fresh. The only thing I had to really base this off of was, and I said this during the live stream, was the Glee version.
Glee, yeah, with John Stamos.
And I know, listen, once Jen gets on here later, I'll chat with her about it, because I know she'll love and appreciate it.
But and I know a lot of people our age have the perks of being a wallflower to, you know, credit for at least some information of how Rocky Horror is performed, because honestly, like, I knew it existed, and I had maybe seen it, like, as a movie before then, but I fully did not know it was, like, a thing that people were, like, culturally obsessed with, probably until I was in 7th grade when we both were, when Perks of Being a Wallflower really blew up. And I feel like that was, like, kind of a pivotal point in my life where I was like, oh, this is, like, a thing that people are, like, really into.
Like, you kind of, like, start to get that, like, it's a bit of, I don't want to say a cultural phenomenon, but, like, a thing.
And I do appreciate that kind of set the example for me as a younger person to be like this is a cool thing that you should, like, be a little bit more interested in. And I think I probably watch this movie about once a year around Halloween. I'm a big fan. I own the soundtrack on vinyl, which is, like, I don't know, just, like, around Halloween times.
Good.
The music, so good. The music is so good. And even, like, the movie, there is not a plot in sight. Like, the movie is so...
I couldn't tell you.
Whack, confusing, whatever. But, like, there's singing, there's dancing, there's costumes. It's amazing. Yes, I want to see it.
Like, should we even try to do a recap?
I can, because I feel like from the number of times I've seen this movie, plus a little bit of supplemental reading material, I really think I can do a quick recap. But for anyone who hasn't seen Rocky Horror, it's basically about this couple, Brad and Janet. There's a narrator who's a criminologist who, like, doesn't really play that big of a role in it other than that he's just the narrator. But Brad and Janet are protagonists. They're a couple. And they're at a wedding. And after the wedding, they decide that they should get engaged. So Brad proposes to Janet. She says, yes, amazing. They're going to get married. They get in their car. They drive flat tire. Oh, no. What's nearby?
A castle.
A haunted castle. And who is there but Riff Raff, who's this gaunt-looking, scary little man. He's, like, waving a flashlight around, I don't know, just being like, okay, let's indoctrinate you into the world of spook. And he shows up to the door and is like, why the fuck are you here? And they're like, it's raining and we need help. And he's like, okay, I guess you can come inside, but, like, we're having a party. And so he lets them in, and then they do the time warp, which is a dance. And there are very clear instructions, and you have to do the dance, and Brad and Janet are confused as fuck. They're like, what's going on?
Yeah, already red flag. Can't follow simple instructions.
And so then the other protagonist, I guess, or at least the main person of the hauntedness is Dr. Frankenfurter,
who is just the hottest person.
Yeah, right. Played by Tim Curry, so good. Like, in full, like, lingerie, garter wear, 8-inch heels, makeup, amazing. And so they show up and are like, hello, I want to fuck all of you. Like, I'm horny. I'm here on the scene. I'm an alien, if you're not catching on. And this is my show. And so then he's like, a little secret that's going on is that I'm building a person. And they're like, okay, guess we're here for that. And so he's like,
as if Frankenfurter wasn't alluding to Frankenstein.
Yeah, right. And so he's like, come check out my dude that I built. And so they're like, okay.
I got a cock made especially for me.
And so he's like, let's go into after we did this nice choreographed dance, let's go into this back room and I'll show you my guy that I built. And they do that. Brad and Janet basically are like, well, we're not outside in the rain, so this is fine. But at this point, I think they've taken all of their clothes off.
Oh, yeah.
Brad and Janet are
down to their skivvies.
Yeah. And so they're like, okay, we have never met a gay person before.
Yeah.
So this is like very shocking to us.
Yeah, the biggest culture shock anyone could actually encounter.
And so he's like, this is Rocky, the titular role, if you will. And Rocky is my man that I built in this lab full of goo. And
full of rainbow goo, mind you.
Yeah, gay goo. And they pull Rocky out, and he's like wrapped like a mummy, and they wrap him out, and he's this like little blonde twink with a bowl cut and fucking...
Would you call him a twink?
He's a twonk.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
right.
We'll discuss this later, but he's like bottoming and ready, prepped and ready at any given moment to take a dick in his ass.
Yeah, constantly bent over, but he's muscular as hell.
But he's in these like little gold... What do you call them?
Not like, even board shorts. They're fucking briefs.
No, Henry, what's the word for like the swim shorts that are really tiny?
Oh, fucking
Henry. What are the swim shorts that are the tiniest swim shorts? Speedo. He's in a gold little Speedo.
I like the Henry.
And so he's like, this is the ideal man, basically. That I've made for myself and myself only. And then, hard cut, some guy named Eddie, who's also the musical rock star Meatloaf, if you're familiar, rides in on a motorcycle and is like, I'm gonna do a song and dance. And Rocky, because he's 10 minutes old, is like, this is entertaining to me. And then Dr. Frankenfurter is like, I'm fucking offended that you'd be entertained by anything that's not my cock, so I'm gonna kill you. So he fucking fully kills Eddie.
Yeah.
Axe murder on site. And he's like, well, this is fine, because, like, everything is about Rocky liking me, right? And everyone's like, guess we're gonna, like, let this one slide. And so then Brad and Janet are shown to separate bedrooms, and they both fuck who they think is the other person, but then at the last minute, they pull off a wig and realize that it's Dr. Frankenfurter.
Not even at the last minute. It's, like, less than 30 seconds in, and they just accept. They're like, oh, yeah, Frankenfurter is going to bone me.
Right, yeah. It's like, they're like, no, stop. No, this is not okay. But then they're like, Frankenfurter, you're kind of skilled.
Mind you, the stamina that it has to take Frankenfurter back to back.
It's implied that these two people are both virgins.
Yeah.
And that they both just, like, fully are, like, it's just weird to me. Brad and both Janet, I guess, are like, my recent fiance is coming in the middle of the night in this weird castle hostage situation.
And we are going to smash.
Trying to fuck for the first time.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, I guess. And then turns out it's Dr. Frankenfurter, and they're both like, fully okay with it. They're like, seems like it's gonna be a good time, and they're right, it is. And they're both, they all fuck, and they're like, this is great. This is sort of like a opening about sexuality and gender identity.
Awakening.
Yeah, they're like, you can just fuck, and it's cool.
For people who have not even known that not even other gay people, but I guess other gay people.
Yeah.
The people that haven't known that gay people existed.
Very sheltered.
Yeah. They turn on a dime.
Right? They're like, this is it. This is the life.
Yep.
And so then... So they both fuck Frankenfurter.
I like that we're not even, like, halfway through the plot.
I know.
And it's taken us probably 10 minutes to go through it.
Most of this is through song, I will say, which is, like, really muddles quite everything. And so
after that, like, Janet is like...
Janet then immediately goes and fucks Rocky.
Yeah, she is on the prowl.
She's like, I've had sex for the first time, and boy, oh boy, is this quite nice. And so she finds Rocky, who is now all of 2 hours old, and she's like, you are another hot man who I would like to bone. And then Magenta and Columbia both sit up in the rafters and, like, laugh and make fun of Janet for being horny for basically an entire song, and then Janet fucks Rocky, so now Janet has fucked twice in probably an hour. Again, stamina. Let's keep it up, ladies.
Good for her.
And so they have this big dinner where it turns out that they're being served
Eddie,
aka Meatloaf, so it's like a cannibalism situation. And then Columbia realizes it, and she like
has a breakdown.
Starts screaming. It's a whole thing. Then some guy in a wheelchair shows up. It's like his nephew or something.
I can't even begin to explain it to you.
Okay, so Eddie
was his nephew?
Maybe.
Honestly, don't know. Don't care to know.
I don't know. Some situation, this guy shows up, he's like, I need to avenge my nephew. And they're like, don't worry about it. We're going to eat him. But it's more subtle than that. And he's like, okay. And then there's a big...
It's a big fight, pretty much.
Well, everyone turns into statues. Because Dr. Frankenfurter has the ability to turn people into statues.
Yeah, he gets pissed.
And he's like, okay, Medusa, you're a statue, you're a statue, you're a statue. And he's like, wait, everyone can't be a statue. And then they do a song and dance.
Yeah,
where he... unchanges people from statues at the perfect right moment.
He's got them all in fishnets.
Yes, they're all in full costume, full makeup, and he's like, okay, we're all gonna do this dance number together, and they're like, cool, we accept it.
Yeah, and then...
They jump in a pool.
But also... Riff Raff and Magenta, who are siblings.
Also who have been making out for, like, a good portion of the movie, which is weird. And they're like, we are going back. They're, like, in our spaceship, which is this whole castle that we're all in. Yeah,
and then you get let in on the fact that Frankenfurter, Riff Raff, and Magenta are all aliens.
Well, they've been saying we're transsexuals from Transylvania, and it turns out that transsexual is a planet in the galaxy of Transylvania.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it's like a whole thing. They're like, we're aliens, we're gonna blast off, but like also we need to kill all of you because y'all aren't cool.
Yeah, Frankenfurter, like, you've been fucking up our deal for the last, like, however long. We can't trust you. They kill him.
And they kill him, and then Rocky freaks the fuck out, carries him like up a rafter.
They kill Rocky.
They're like, anybody who's here and doesn't want to be here and go to space, y'all need to get out, which includes Brad and Janet. So they scurry the fuck out.
Yeah, Magenta dies, like...
They just sing a song, and that's the end of the movie. Basically.
It's a time and a half.
And I couldn't tell you that plot without having fully revised it in a contextual setting, because it's mostly just fun songs. Like, I'm like, okay, I'll tell you, there is time warp. There is touch me. There is don't dream it, be it, you know?
Damn it, Janet.
Oh my god. And there's so many good songs, and then at the end, when you're like, what happened?
You don't need to know.
Like, you kind of know it. You know it in your heart a little bit.
But you know what you get from that movie is a vibe.
A good vibe. And it's a Halloweeny vibe.
Exactly.
And for anyone who doesn't know, I guess, the sort of tradition around... I'm sure I won't, like, summarize it in a true way that encapsulates the whole spirit of it, but basically this movie was originally a stage production. So Rocky Horror was originally a stage production, and then they turned it into a movie. But then very quickly after the movie got put out, it was kind of a flop, and they were like, you know what would be great is if people like sort of shadow acted. So they had the movie up on a big screen, but also a stage with people like acting and dancing and stuff, which was really fun and cool. And then it also kind of become a thing that people in the audience would sort of yell back at the dialogue in the film or like throw things, and it was just like very interactive. So the sort of performative aspect plus the audience participation really gave it a big cult following, and it's a really big thing on Halloween, especially because it's just like sort of the vibe is people will go in movie theaters or like local theaters around, and it's just like a, I don't know, audience participation encouraged kind of deal.
It is very interesting that it got tacked on to Halloween, because no aspect of this is Halloween. It's just fucking weird.
I was gonna say, other than like maybe like everyone's kind of in fun costumes.
Exactly.
And like there's like aliens, and it's in a haunted mansion, which is like kind of spooky.
Yeah. I think a lot of this movie is, and a lot of like, I guess the cult following of it is carried by the costumes, honestly. Which is so funny because they had probably like a $10 budget.
Yeah, it was super cheap. I guess a lot of it went towards so they had the costumes from the stage production, right? So they got to use a lot of that as well. But a lot of it went towards, I guess, Magenta and Columbia weren't originally dressed as a maid, and that sort of like badass sequined suit moment that Columbia wears. So those were like new basically for the movie, but also the pool scene. Everyone needed multiple costumes so they could do multiple takes in one day. So they needed like 2 corsets for every actor, basically. So that was like all the costume budget basically went to those things alone.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if I woke up from being stoned in a full corset and fishnets,
I'm ready to dance.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
I'm ready to dance.
Yep.
I'm ready to put on the show of a
As
lifetime.
long as I've got the choreography in my head, I'll give it my fucking all.
Which they all did. In the moment, I was like...
They put their pussy into that.
Right?
Every single one
Brad,
of them.
I was like, I could be Brad because he's like not trying, but then I was like, no, Brad is dancing just as good as the rest of them. I'd be like, the guy in the wheelchair just has to wheel back and forth. That's the role
He's
I could
kicking
play.
his legs up though. He doesn't even need a wheelchair at that point.
I know. I could never be in this film.
It's the fishnets. It's the fishnets for me.
I could be the criminologist who does the narration and like stands on the table and narrates the time warp. I think that's just about as what I could do.
I would like to think that I could do magenta.
Okay.
Could I? Probably not.
No, you could. I think you could try.
Yeah.
It would be a fair attempt.
Yeah. She, like, not the craziest role, but, like, if I put my heart and soul into it.
But at least you don't have to do that in an annoying voice. Like, Columbia is like...
Hater.
Irritating.
Yeah.
This magenta is just, like, has on a cute outfit. I don't know. You're right for that.
Could I do this? Maybe, maybe not. Could a handful of other people do this? Certainly. So one thing we did while we were watching this was... people have been doing their chaotic casting.
Yeah, it's like really big on TikTok right now. Is certainly taking any sort of film or media entity and saying like, what's your chaotic casting of it? And I think the versions you'll find on TikTok will probably be a lot more like out there than ours.
Yeah, like someone cast Honey Boo Boo.
Right. There have been a few for Rocky Horror that I think you and I have sent back and forth, but we decided it would be like a fun little thing to try to do like a silly, chaotic, like who would you recast for this movie?
Did you stick to like a lot of like actors? Because I didn't really veer off that script very much.
I didn't have, like, okay, I have like some here and mine is very sparse.
Okay. I fully casted the whole thing.
I'll go first because then I think oh my god, yours is going to be way more impressive than mine. So, okay, I'll go first because I cannot believe what I'm seeing out of the corner of my eye here. So all I had was that I want Lil Nas X to be Dr. Frankenfurter.
Oh my god.
I think he is the fashion icon currently. And he does that sort of like, not really gender bendy, but like he is of the LGBT persuasion and he does a lot of like anime inspired, really campy costume wear. So I think Lil Nas could really do a Dr. Frankenfurter like the house down.
He'd put his whole soul and his whole bussy
into it.
Oh my god, I couldn't even imagine.
Right, like I'm saying this is chaotic casting, but like I want to see this happen. It's like I want Lil Nas X to be Dr. Frankenfurter.
Lil Nas X. If you are listening to this.
Currently the most famous person on the planet. If you are listening to our podcast that has 100 listeners. If you'd like to...
Please.
If you'd like to...
come on the podcast and please dress as Dr. Frankenfurter for Halloween because it's everything I could ever want or need. And I could die happy after that.
Then I was thinking immediately to like Brad and Janet, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Brad... A Twinkie bottom.
Yep.
And I was like, Tom Holland.
We've gone over this so many times.
And we also got, when we were doing our live stream, we were like, hey, who would you guys do for your casting? And somebody fully was like, Tom Holland as Brad. And I was like, yeah, because he takes a strap from Zendaya. So like I hate to speculate, but Tom Holland just gives me that bottom energy that Brad does, and that this is not chaotic. So this isn't like my true answer, but like it just kind of felt right to me. My true best choice, I think. Riff Raff. Yeah. Played by Riff Raff. You know, I'm about to act up and act like I don't know nobody. Yeah, Riff Raff is Riff Raff. So I just think,
I love that.
He is that guy.
Yeah.
I thought that it would be pretty on brand for this movie to cast an actual porn star as somebody. So, like, get, like, Riley Reid to be, like, Columbia. I always thought it would be really funny. So, like, I go to school for advertising. And I always thought it would be really funny for a really big brand. Like, Coke is maybe a little too big, but like maybe like Tide. Tide gets, well, that's also really maybe a little too family friendly. How about like Squatty Potty? Squatty Potty dishes out some cash and gets like Riley Reid to be their spokesperson.
Yeah.
So then in their commercials, as a viewer, you either have to admit to yourself that you know who that is or not. So it's like you're not going to say anything because you know, or you're not because you don't. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think
I get the idea.
One of the like Pornhub top 10.
Yeah.
Get them to be in this film, and like people who say something, let them say something. You know?
Let them speak. Give them the platform.
Like, just because you either are gonna say something or you aren't. I just thought that would be really funny.
No,
and very
I like
on brand
that.
for this movie.
I like that.
Lord as Magenta in the maid outfit.
No, you're so right.
Like Lord,
No, there's something about it.
She gives me a little something.
No, you're so on top of that.
I also think if Lil Nas X does not want to play Frankenfurter, we get Meg the Stallion. I just think she could really rock those outfits. And
just you wait for my Frankenfurter.
And command a presence. I think that's maybe all I had for chaotic. I know I took down a few notes though from our you go, and then I'll list the notes from what people have said online.
Because I definitely did take one or two from our notes and put it into mine. So you said Meg, if Lil Nas X declines the role, which I doubt he would.
Maybe Meg can be like Eddie on the bike. Meg could do like a good biker, I think too.
Yeah, but for sure.
Get her in there.
But if and probably not, but if Lil Nas X doesn't want to be Frankenfurter, I think Doja Cat would do just an outstanding job.
For any listeners who haven't seen her Atlantis Halloween costume, Google
good.
Doja Cat Halloween costume.
Go do it now. Pause this. Come back.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Tell me your socks aren't knocked all the way off, because that's how you do a Halloween costume.
So good.
Killed it. I love that.
Fucking dead.
She does have the chaotic energy to be Dr. Frankenfurter.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
She has the balls to carry it.
It's one of those things. She can be sexy, and then she can turn around and just murder someone for no reason.
And then do it in a musical number.
Exactly.
I love it.
She'd crush it. Doja Cat, I hope you're listening, and I hope you take this to heart.
Doge, get on the pod.
Doge,
I think we could really vibe.
After that, I said, and I think this was mentioned on the pod, is that Dr. Scott be played by Clint Eastwood.
Old.
Because we just need an old motherfucker.
Old man.
Yeah. He can still walk, but I want him in the wheelchair. After that, speaking of old, Riff Raff.
Speaking of old,
I do want to be played by Christopher Walken.
I really think he could do it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
In that little silly wig.
Yeah,
I think that could be really great.
He'd be having a full moment. 110%. This doesn't feel as chaotic as it just feels right. But having Jack Black play Eddie.
Oh my god, you said
one song.
You said this while we were watching the movie, and I was like, don't say that to me because I'm gonna steal it from you. Like, that's the best. I think that's truly the best one anyone came up with the whole time.
Yeah.
Meatloaf, and then you swap it out with Jack Black. I want him in every movie I watch.
Exactly.
I wish Jack Black was in every movie.
Comes in for one song and then gets killed by Doja Cat. Oh, what more could you want?
Oh my god.
Really?
Too good.
Columbia, I said, should be gender bent and played by Timothée Chalamet.
Oh my god. Okay, so we got into a little bit like if A24 did this.
Yeah.
Do we want to do that after?
After this.
Okay, because that's like a little bit like,
like,
we're very modern and edgy.
He'd still be in like the A24 casting, but he probably wouldn't be Magenta. Or not Columbia. Sorry, Columbia. But speaking of Magenta, I have maybe not personal beef with Magenta, but I just think she's fucking annoying.
No, Columbia's the annoying one.
Columbia's the annoying one?
She's the one in the glittery suit. I would like to see Timothée Chalamet in that glittery suit, though.
Columbia's the annoying one?
Magenta's the one with the frizzy hair who's sisters with Riff Raff.
Oh, fuck me. Sorry. Okay, hold on. I retract
They're kind of the same, though.
Yeah, I retract my statement. I want Timothée Chalamet to play Magenta.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got that big-ass hair.
Yeah.
You see him in the French Dispatch? He's got that perfect hair for this.
That big-ass hair.
Yeah, big-ass hair. So I want Timothée Chalamet to play Magenta. Columbia, I want someone as equally annoying as the character. And so I'm casting Lena Dunham.
I love it.
This
This is truly chaotic. From what we've seen on TikTok, when people say chaotic casting, this is what I'm talking about.
Just wait.
Lena Dunham.
Just wait. Are you ready for my next one?
I'm not.
Brad, JK Appa, KJ Appa, JK Appa. I don't fucking know. I don't care to know.
But as his alter ego, Fifi. Yes. He's like trying to dance like RuPaul the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah. I want him as Brad.
Doesn't he have a baby? Calm down, sir.
I think so. Yeah. KJ Appa as Brad.
That guy from Riverdale.
Yeah. Janet though, I don't know why, but it came to me and I had to write it down and I had to commit. I want Allison Janney. I want
mature. I'm more mature.
I want a 30-year age gap between Brad and Janet at the very least.
But is she still a virgin?
Yes.
She's great in everything she's in, and I respect it.
Finally, and I do have to give credit where credit is due to my roommate, Miss Emily Keston. I will be casting Rocky as Owen Wilson.
Which leads us into, we also discussed sort of an A24, if like a modern film company were to be like, we're gonna do a really whimsical and indie take on Rocky Horror. We're gonna remake it. So definitely like the sort of like, we're gonna gender bend and make Timothée Chalamet Columbia. That's like very in line with that. Which is why I brought it up earlier. But yeah, definitely Owen Wilson as Rocky.
Yeah.
Might be a little too out there for an A24
Do you think Luke... Okay. Who... maybe not for Rocky, but I will say I think Lucas Hedges as Brad.
Lucas Hedges as Brad, and I think... so originally we were thinking maybe... Saoirse Ronan, but I think maybe they would shift her...
I think...
into Columbia. Anya Taylor-Joy.
Wait. You say that, but now I'm thinking of... You got me on the Anya Taylor-Joy's train. I'm thinking of Thomasin McKenzie.
Oh. She could be a really good Columbia, I think.
I think you're right.
In that little...
Okay.
I don't know.
So Lucas Hedges as Brad. And Anya Taylor-Joy as Janet.
And then...
Columbia is Thomasin McKenzie. Magenta... Saoirse Ronan.
We're cutting Timmy. He's got too much Dune fame. We're cutting him out.
Florence Pugh will be playing this. What is it?
The criminologist.
The criminologist.
Basically, so here's my theory: is that they make the narrator, who's this criminologist, sort of on the outskirts of the story. They really flip it and make it. She's an FBI detective.
Yeah. And
somebody has put a missing person report out on Brad and Janet, and she's like trying to get to the bottom of it, and she like finds the car, and she's like really getting into all the details of the case,
yeah.
Sort of like a badass FBI lady situation, and that's Florence Pugh, and she's also like sort of our narrator of the story.
I like it.
I stand by it.
I like it.
That would be like the modern take.
Who will be playing Frankenfurter, though, is the big question.
Willem Dafoe.
Yes. And you're right.
I think, yeah.
I'd like to see Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson reignite the sexual tension they had in The Lighthouse. So I want Willem Dafoe to play Frankenfurter, and then Robert Pattinson can play Rocky.
Oh my god, that would be hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
I love that. I know we also mentioned like adding Hunter Schafer in there somewhere. I don't know quite where she fits, but like I want her there.
Yeah. Yeah, well we already...
She could maybe be Eddie. She can be the biker. That'd be hot with, like, the biker jacket.
I'd lose my fucking mind.
Right? So I think that could kind of
Fishnets, biker jacket. No.
I love because the Owen Wilson as Rocky just isn't quite.
No.
That's too funny. But
Yeah.
I love Pats.
Yeah.
Our Pats and Willem Dafoe.
They need just sexy people.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Willem Dafoe fits that bill.
No, so these are I told Emily before we filmed it, I'm like, I'm fully expecting you to come up with a chaotic cast. Mm-hmm. You delivered, I must say.
Thank you.
Far more than I.
It took a lot, I won't lie.
So I think now we're going to call in Jen for a little bit of chocolate and vanilla.
Outstanding.
We are on the air with Jen, my mother. Back at it again with another interim segment of Chocolate or Vanilla, a game of her own invention that's very similar to Would You Rather, but it's a little different because it's all positivity here.
Exactly.
It's all good vibes. And so Jen gives us two options, and we just say which one we like more. Sometimes we get very defensive, and sometimes we don't. So is there a theme this week?
There is a theme this week. So, because Meatloaf was in Rocky Horror Picture Show, I gave you a band and 2 songs, and you got to say which song you like better.
Oh, okay. This might be hard, because if I don't know what you're talking about, I will look the fool. But I'm ready to roll.
I'd like to think that I will know most of it. My mom trained me well. There was many a time where I'd be sitting in the car and she'd say, "Who is this?" And I had to know.
I feel like you guys are going to know them all. Definitely.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So, chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Chocolate. Chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry?
Woo!
A 3 for many a time in a row. Now, as always, chocolate.
Vanilla.
Chocolate. All right. So we'll start with Meatloaf. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, or Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
I cannot say that I've listened to a Meatloaf song outside of the context of Rocky Horror, but I guess I'll go for the first one.
You don't know Paradise by the Dashboard Lights?
Jen.
No.
Jen. I know that you and I both know this. Well, you probably know this just generally, but the reason I know this is because of Glee.
Yes.
And so Paradise by the Dashboard Light never misses. So absolutely
Nice.
I'm going with Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Who sings it on Glee?
They do it for like a fucking like regionals or something shit like that, or like nationals or some shit like that. I brought this up during the podcast. Jen, I just wanna say I'm sorry for your loss and my loss. They're taking Glee off of Netflix.
Oh, no way. When is that happening?
Like sometime in like November. I think it's like November 19th or something like that.
Oh, I'm so sad. I've rewatched that so many times. You have no idea.
It's one
so
of those
sad to watch it though. Like I should not watch it anymore. It's just a sad thing because
everyone's dead.
On the live
Yes,
stream, I
exactly.
did mention
That's what
about
I mean.
how you watch that one episode where, like, Finn canonically dies because the actor died, and you will probably watch it, like, once a year, and I just, like, find you crying. And I'm like, Jen, why are you watching this again? Would they sing that song
I
from
skipped
Rent?
that one. I don't watch that one. I skipped that one actually.
You watch it so
It's
much.
so sad.
You like to feel sad.
Everyone needs a good cry now and then.
All right. So this one's for M. Beatles, Yellow Submarine, or Obladi Oblada.
I'll go with Ogladi Oglada because more experimental.
I've got a very personal connection to Yellow Submarine, so I'm gonna have to go Yellow Submarine.
All right. I'll pick Obladi Oblada. Okay. Queen, I Want to Break Free, or Another One Bites the Dust.
Another One Bites the Dust. That bass line gets me pumped.
Yup.
Gets me pumping.
Yup. 110%. Another One Bites the Dust.
I'm going to say I Want to Break Free. I had it stuck in my head the other day. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Already here's the 3 one.
Already?
Yeah, I know. Billy Joel, Vienna, New York State of Mind, or Piano Man.
Okay, this is probably the hardest question you could ever ask me because I'm closeted, a 57-year-old white man from New Jersey, and therefore I love Billy Joel. But I have to say that I think unapologetically my favorite Billy Joel song of all time is Vienna, and I will stand by that. I scream that in my car probably every day on my way to work to get myself pumped up for it. I love that song so much. I'm a huge Billy Joel stan through and through. I love all those three, but it's Vienna for me.
No, I fully feel you. I prided myself over quarantine learning how to play Piano Man on my harmonica, which is really good. Maybe I have a harmonica on my keychain. I'll play it later.
Oh my god.
But
I would die to hear that. That's so awesome.
Yeah. But no, it's just something about Vienna hits your chest. Just in a different way. So definitely Vienna. I feel you about like screaming it in your car kind of thing. Yeah, 110% it's Vienna.
All right, so Vienna sweeps. Justin Bieber, Baby, or Love Yourself?
I guess say Baby. That's the OG. That's like when he was like really hitting the first waves of fame, and everyone was like, "Who's this weird Canadian little boy
With the purple hoodie?"
And I remember also being in like 6th grade and being like, "We're the same age. Should I kill myself? Like, I'm not famous." So I gotta say Baby because that was more, influential to me.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. As much as I dislike Justin Bieber, I'll like it's his hit. I'll give it to him. So I guess Baby.
They're like, he said the same word over and over for 3 minutes and made $1 billion. Like,
he did one body roll.
Yeah.
So all right, I guess.
He's 12.
What about you, Jen?
I might go with Love Yourself. I love how he's like, my mama don't like you and she likes everyone. I just feel like that could be me because like, there's a few people I don't like,
when
but
you
I
don't like someone,
most everyone.
it really means something.
All right. Double shot of Beatles here for M. Revolution or Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band?
I'll say Revolution. That's the one, like, when you said both of those, I, like, sang it in my head a little bit more. I don't know. I'll go for that one, but this is True Beatles stan Emily on the true verdict here.
That's tough. It's particularly tough because I like the album Sgt. Pepper's, but the song doesn't really do too much for me. Just feels like the opening credits, I guess. And Revolution also doesn't stick out too much, but I guess like Dara said, it's one of those things, like you just start to sing it involuntarily. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Revolution, I suppose.
Okay, yeah, Revolution for me too. Em, do you have a favorite Beatles song though?
I don't.
I'm not a Beatles stan, but I think mine has always been either Blackbird.
I love
that one, and I love Come Together too. Those two are like.
Yeah.
I don't love the Beatles, but those two make it onto a playlist here and there.
Yeah. I don't know that I have a favorite, but one that just sticks out to me that I just think is really sweet is When I'm 64.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it's just a really cute song. And my parents like cut their wedding cake to it, kind of thing. I just think it's a really sweet song.
Nice.
That's so nice.
Yeah, right.
All right, Sam Cooke, Another Saturday Night, or Chain Gang?
Oh, those were not like the two I thought you were gonna pick.
Yeah, right.
I'll say Chain Gang though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Chain Gang's one of those ones that you're swaying your shoulders a little bit too. You're singing along for sure. Chain Gang.
Yeah, Chain Gang for me too. All right, Phil Collins, Sussudio, or In the Air Tonight?
In the Air Tonight.
Yup. Yeah,
especially
no question.
The drum riff in the middle. Right?
Also, but if you were to say like the entire Tarzan soundtrack versus anything else ever written, I would say Tarzan.
Like, You'll Be in My Arms or whatever that one is called.
God. Tarzan soundtrack went harder than anything ever.
I was listening to it the other day in the car. It's so good. So good.
As you should.
Makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me dance. Hits all the marks.
All right, next one is Madonna, Vogue, or Dress You Up?
Vogue.
Yeah, Vogue, no question.
Yeah, see, I'm going to go with Dress You Up. Let's see, Jack Johnson, Upside Down, or Banana Pancakes?
I really like a lot of Jack Johnson's music. Very like calming to me when I need to lower my blood pressure. I like put on some Curious George soundtrack type beat. But I'll say Upside Down is more of a bop to me.
I don't listen to Jack Johnson probably as much as I should, so I'm gonna stick with the classic and go with Banana Pancakes.
I like
Also a
banana
good one.
pancakes too. Yeah. Next one is Led Zeppelin, Immigrant Song, or Kashmir.
Ooh.
I gotta say Kashmir because fun fact, I went to like a summer camp for nerds and I was in like a group that we were like a band in our summer camp and we played that song at like our thing. So I got to play it on the keyboard and it made me feel very cool when I was 13. So I will say Kashmir.
Yeah, Kashmir's a good song, but I think I gotta stick with Immigrant Song probably.
It is probably more the iconic one, I will agree.
Yeah, like I like Kashmir, but like when I think about something I want to fucking vibe to.
Screeching.
Exactly.
I'm gonna pick Kashmir. Yeah, I like them both though. I like them both. Ed Sheeran, A-Team, or I don't care.
Neither. Fuck Ed Sheeran.
Is he not a good guy?
No, he's just annoying.
His music just isn't that good.
No. Okay, I will pick A-Team because his first album was great. I loved it. 8th grade.
That's true.
It fucking slapped. It was great. Even like every maybe 5 years, I'll remember that his first album was good, and I'll give it a listen again, and it was good. I have to remember that as
He's
his
a big
first
sellout.
Exactly, he's a massive sellout. So anything after his first album, could not care less for. But A-Team, I'll give it to him.
Yeah, just not for me. I agree. I liked it in middle school, but anything since, I'm just like, can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Oh, I like I don't care. I'm at a party I don't want to be at. No good. No
This is
good.
not for me.
All right. Last one. Jackson 5, I Want You Back, or ABC.
I want you back every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just something about it slaps a little bit harder than ABC.
I would definitely agree. Also, fun fact, Sebastian sang it to Blaine on Glee.
Oh my god. Glee-centric
course.
this episode, TBH.
I know, sorry,
We're talking a
sorry.
lot about we're talking about Rocky Horror, the Rocky Horror episode of Glee. Do you recall?
Yes. I do recall it. Yep.
It's one of those things that I'll put on to like fall asleep to, kind of thing. Is I'll usually like, gravitate towards Glee because I don't really need to watch it, kind of thing. But it's still funny.
You
but the Rocky Horror
can
episode,
listen to it without watching it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Rocky Horror episode was iconic, and also, as a young impressionable queer lady, seeing Santana and Brittany prance down that hallway together just really stuck with me. During Touch Me, what else could I want? But that's just me.
So as always, Jen, thank you so much for chocolate or vanilla. If Emily or I remember to do this, like, it's a 50-50 TBH if we remember to do it or not. But if we remember to put it up on Instagram, make sure to go and vote on which of the two is your favorite. We love to see the final verdict. But Jen, thank you for being here. We love you.
As always, great game.
Thank you for having me. Love you guys both. Have a good night.
Good night.
Love
Love
you.
you.
Love that lady.
Love Jen. So back to Rocky Horror, I suppose.
Can we talk about how Frankenfurter engineered a bottom?
Fully prepped and ready to take a dick in his hole at any given moment.
Yeah.
If so he please. Rocky's like bent over at one point, just like in resting position.
Yeah.
Resting position, bent over, ready to go. But also,
Which I wouldn't have thought that Frankenfurter would have been a top at the same time. I guess he's verse, but
it goes to show that you shall not
you just
judge.
never know.
You shall not judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
And you truly do not know.
Exactly. But also, he be fucking Janet. He be fucking Brad.
Right, and
A hole's a hole.
He Stockholm syndromed the fuck out of those two because
Yeah.
their car broke down and they went in to use their phone, and within 10 minutes they're like,
Now they're
we're-
both queer.
yeah, we're fully gay and part of this society, like doing dance numbers, sleeping there, like a whole situation, and they're like, no, this is fine, this is
Yeah.
fine. he fully convinced them that this is normal and right, which honestly, respect.
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna say he was right for it, but he wasn't wrong for it.
But he does go in and he fucks them both. Starts giving Brad like some sloppy toppy. And Brad's like, I don't know, I guess this is fine. He's like, I guess I will abandon my morals.
Yeah, you already kissed my neck, so I'm halfway there.
I guess I will abandon my morals for some head. I just love though about Brad is like at one point Frankenfurter walks up to him and he's like, oh, you're so manly, you're so dominant, and everyone in like the crowd, like in the rafters, just starts cracking the fuck up. I love that this is fully like it's no secret to
degrade
anyone
him
that Brad is a bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brad's a little sub bully. And he thinks, with Janet, he thinks that he's, calling the shots, but
absolutely not.
It's not. That's not the case.
Susan Sarandon? No chance.
So hot. Everyone in this movie is so hot. I can't think of somebody who's not hot.
Yeah,
I can't think of a single person in this movie who I would not do the tango with.
Exactly.
So do we want to get into a little something?
Yeah.
So,
I haven't thought very far into this.
Obviously, Mary Kill's gonna be really hard. I think our big three are Frankenfurter, Janet, and Brad. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to fuck Frankenfurter.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time. And I don't know what that entails past that, so I'm not gonna quite step into marriage because I don't really know what the situation's gonna be. Aliens.
Yeah.
Spaceships.
What's the commitment there? Yeah.
I don't really know. But so I think I'm gonna marry Janet.
Yeah.
Because I think she has a new outlook on life, and I think she's a liberated woman.
Yes.
And I think we could have a nice and good life together. And then fuck Brad, I'll fucking kill him.
Yeah, no, I entirely agree with you there. Like, Frankenfurter, I'm good for
a good time, but not a long time.
Yeah, I'm good to go, like, once around on the roller coaster kind of thing.
But then I'm getting off.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's got too much stamina for me. He fucks back to back to back, and I just don't know if that's for me.
So does Janet, clearly, because
so does Janet, but also I feel like she's more reasonable, and she's not an alien.
This is
you
true.
know what I mean?
This is true.
So I will be marrying Janet. I feel like I could still keep up, and also, like you said, new outlook on life. She's a changed woman, and I like where she's headed. Brad couldn't give less of a fuck about. Kill him. But whole movie, it's really hard.
So I think I'm gonna...
Can I fuck Riff Raff and Magenta since they have this weird fucking incest thing going on?
You want to have an incest threesome?
No. But I want to know what's going on. I want to get them into a corner and say, guys, what's up?
So, this is not fuck, marry, kill, have a stern talking to. Like, that is not the fourth option here.
I just really want to get to the bottom of things.
I get, like...
Because there's literally an entire scene where he's sucking on her neck.
Bro, they're aliens. Maybe they do different things intergalactically. Who's to say? It's not right, but I'm gonna turn a blind eye to it because I don't want to be a part of it, And so I am going to still Dr. Frankenfurter.
Yeah,
Tim
of
Curry's
course.
so hot. I'm going to kill probably fucking Columbia. She's annoying as shit.
She sucks.
And then I'm gonna marry the criminologist because at the end of the day, who is coming out untraumatized? Who's coming out stable? Who's coming out?
He wasn't even involved, really.
Exactly. Simply the narrator. And I like that for us. So, there are a lot more, like, perhaps, spicier choices, something that might add more zest, but, I'm going to play it safe this time.
I think you're right to still fuck Frankenfurter because I think who's going to say anything otherwise?
That lip liner, murder me.
Yeah. If he can convince Brad and Janet within 30 seconds of entering the bedroom.
She's like, wait, you're not my fiance. I don't want to fuck you. And then literally a millisecond later, she's like, JK,
right.
JK, this is nice.
Yeah. So So I'm gonna
I want to know what that's about.
Exactly. Yeah. Let me know. So I'll still fuck Frankenfurter. I'm gonna kill. No, I have to agree with you on this. Columbia is the most annoying bitch in this movie. They give her the best outfit, and she's still so fucking annoying. I can't take it. But I am going to marry, actually, Rocky. Just because there's nothing going on there. I don't have to do a goddamn thing.
No, he's literally a baby. One of his lines in his song is like, I'm 7 hours old.
Yeah.
It's everyone's trying to fuck this literal newborn who just happens to be packaged in the body of a muscular blonde man. And like, that's fine for your perception and everything. But like,
I want to take care of him. He's been treated really wrong in the first 7 hours of his life.
Right, everyone's trying to fuck him. No, he needs to learn how to read.
Yeah.
He needs to learn simple life tasks.
Yeah. Like, I don't like kids, but
a man packaged as a kid.
I can deal with it. You know what I mean?
Perhaps.
I think we can be friends.
Yeah, mutually beneficial, you know.
Yeah.
You show him the ways.
Yeah, exactly.
But everyone
There's
in this
zero
movie,
expectation from
everyone
either
in this
of us.
movie's trying to fuck this literal newborn.
Yeah.
Like, horrific. I'm not okay with it. I will say I'm not okay.
I'm trying to keep him safe.
And then as far as what we ate and drank, I mean, we live streamed it and we drank a myriad of things. I think like champagne is fun for this movie. It's like very like festive and fun. There's a lot of like dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, it feels very champagne to me. Or at least a champagne-based cocktail.
No, I think you're so right for that.
Add a little chambord or something. It could be cute and fun.
Yeah.
Or like a big bowl of punch. I think the best way to watch this movie is with friends.
110%. Like, if you can convince your friend group to all, like, pick a character and dress up as it, that is your peak.
So fun. Also, going out, I would say ditch the drinking if it's not in your schedule and, like, go out to a movie theater or an actual theater and, like, go see this movie somewhere and, I don't know, buy a $15 cocktail wherever the fuck you are.
Yeah,
and make
really.
it worth your while because I think watching this in your house
good and fine,
but
it
can
it's
be
just
10
not...
out of 10 fun, but it can only exceed from there the fun you can have going and seeing it out in the world. So I would suggest doing that. I know it's not a drink, but that's like a life option suggestion.
Yeah, rip 2 nips before you enter the
Yeah,
theater.
right. Don't waste your money on an expensive movie theater cocktail and like sneak nips in under your titty fat and like rip them in the bathroom to like root beer
like
flavored.
a normal person.
Yeah, like a broke normal person.
Food wise, I will be if you choose this option, I will suggest what I did the first time I watched this movie and eat the bread that you catch in the theater.
Yeah, in the theater there's like people who are like rice and bread and all this stuff, and we were drunk as hell. And you caught the bread. And
I said, I need this.
I need this. I would say we ate here some like loaded French fries.
Henry made some fucked up, dirty, and just
amazing,
outstanding French fries.
Dope as hell.
There was macaroni in there.
Right.
Like
why?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was
pulled pork type shit.
Yeah, pulled pork, cheese, like literally everything you have in your fridge. It's like leftover fries, whatever you can add.
I've never been treated so right.
It just felt nice. Or like nachos, some sort of thing to share with friends.
Whatever's gonna be really indulgent for you. You know what I mean?
For this. Like a big cake.
Yeah.
Or a big piece of cheese or something.
Said, get a birthday cake. Get a birthday cake for Rocky because he was just born.
A hot dog.
Henry says eat a hot dog.
This is
eat a meatloaf.
Oh, true.
Meatloaf is kind of gross though.
No, this movie is like pretty much the horniest movie we've seen. On the live stream. On the live stream, I couldn't tell you. We got the comment. How many package shots are in this?
Oh my god!
Because it's every 3 minutes, maybe.
Every single one.
Mm-hmm.
And then what would you follow this up with? I have a creative and bad answer, and that's to watch Rocky. The movie about the boxer.
Okay.
Watch Rocky Horror Picture Show and then watch Rocky. Hard cut as far as genre, but very close as far as the name of a character.
Like, it's tough because I honestly don't have an answer for this.
Like, just say the episode of Glee. Like, it makes you want to watch that episode of Glee, so just do it.
I'm gonna say,
Speak your truth.
Yeah, thank you. You watch the episode of Glee, or you just get drunk with your friends because it's Halloween and that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, or then, as soon as you finish watching Rocky Horror, go do the shit that drunk people do on Halloween. I don't know what that is. I don't have friends, but... What we're doing is recording a podcast about it, so I guess that's my suggestion. Record a podcast with your friends about what you think about Rocky Horror, and then send it to us, and we'll endorse you.
I will say, the Rocky Horror episode of Glee. It is my truth.
It's a good one.
I have to express it.
And then what would you rate this out of 10? I'm gonna give it like an 8, just because it's like fun and festive, and I love the music. And in the moment, it's just like when you feel like watching it, it's such a vibe where it's like a lot of it doesn't make any fucking sense, but like I don't really care.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. 8 feels like a solid.
It feels
spot.
good and right.
Like you said, like it's not about the plot; it's just about the
Vibes, yeah,
exactly.
Nary a plot in sight, but the vibes are right. So I will say Rocky Horror endorsed on this podcast. Yes. And thank you all so much for listening. And
we need a question.
Giveaway for the end of Ooky Spooky Kooky month. So I would say send us what your Halloween costume is.
Yes. I think that's a great idea.
Whether it be in description or a photo.
Yep.
Up to you. But let us know what your Halloween costume is. We'll put you on a poll. Not a poll. A drawing?
Yeah.
Put you on a drawing. Yeah, giveaway. And we'll send somebody some free merch, which will be cool and fun and nice. So let us know what you're being for Halloween. We, as you saw on our live stream, or we'll probably post them on our Instagram, we were a crab and Jennifer Coolidge, which was a lot of fun. And I love dressing up. I hope you love dressing up. Or if you don't love dressing up, I don't know. Tell us what maybe you were in the past that was fun.
Yeah, whatever. But
whatever you want to answer that question.
Well, but we hope we have a great Halloween.
Yes.
Enjoy it.
Ooky Spooky Kooky, and then join us for next month, where I think we're just gonna do whatever the fuck we want. Yeah. Because we've been
it November.
Yeah, we've been doing these sort of thematic months, and we want to talk about some movies that
we want to talk about.
And we know that you want us to talk about. So
exactly.
Fucking November. Catch our social media handles in the description below: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that good shit, our website where our merch is, our email, if you want to email us. Yeah. That would be very business professional of you. And thank you for joining us on this festive month. Please have a piece of miniature-sized candy on us.